Welcome to my channel. How are you doing, my friends? And to all my new friends, hello. Gosh, I've missed y'all. I say that a lot, don't I? Because I do. I love doing these videos and interacting with each of you. So please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 2,000. I want to get to 10K by the end of this year. I'm going to be working really hard, manifest that into being, and I really appreciate all the support you give me. And if you could help me with sharing these videos, liking, comment, hit the like button, all those things. Comment also if you are, if you have ideas of videos you would want me to do for you all, because trust me, I do take time to notice those requests. And yeah, I will sometimes, do the recording. Sometimes I'll get in a request that at the last moment that'll just stand out, and it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this instead. I know people are like, what? And that's kind of what happened with today's video. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Nell emails me with a request, and it caught my attention for several reasons. First of all, it's dealing with Rylan Cotter. She had gone missing. She left. They thought, and when they found her body, there was mysterious circumstances. It's being declared a suicide, unfortunately, but there's questions of whether or not that's what happened. And so, thank you, Nell, for your suggestion, because thought, yeah, you know what? There was something about, I think when I was researching cases of missing women and girls around in Indiana area, because of Delphi murders, we know that there seems to be a connection maybe to some other women who've gone missing in the area. And so, yeah, that name had popped up, but I wasn't really sure. I was like, well, she's from Colorado. She would go to Michigan State University, but who knows? And you know what? Let's get this reading done, and we'll find out. I can give you a little bit of information. Let's see here. Her name is, as I said, Rylan Cotter, and she was found. Her body was found January 9th of 2008 in Chesterton, Indiana. Rylan was only 20 years old. She's very young, very young. Yeah, I'm turning 50 this year. So I'm like, yeah, that's young. Now, the coroner determined that she had passed about 24 to 36 hours earlier from the day they found her from blunt force trauma. Now, the stuff that's interesting about this case is that she was about 175 miles away from where she lived, and because she was going to MSU. Apparently, she didn't know anybody there at Chesterton or Indiana. To what they knew about her, they didn't think she knew anybody. Her body was found near a golf course at the base of an electrical tower. They didn't really know how she died or why she was out there in the first place. So some are saying she climbed the tower and she jumped. Now, a detective had mentioned that he'd found something suspicious at the scene that would support Rylan's death as a homicide, but he refused to be more specific. Instead, they just decided to go down the route and close the case, such as it said it was suicide. Yeah. Now, there are several theories about what could have happened or why she was there. But to this day, her death is still ruled a suicide. Now, if you would like to learn more about this case and about the various theories around her mysterious death, please stick around. Now, if you want to jump on ahead, hey, no harm, no foul. Just hit the chapter links down below and you can jump straight to the tarot psychic reading. So, let's get going. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking around with me. I'm having so much trouble with the lighting. I'm like paled out here. Come on, camera, work. Okay. Starting to adjust a little bit better. And then it goes out again. Come on. You see? Sorry. I am just struggling. And I was having a good hair day, and then I don't know what happened. I've been up since 3:30 in the morning. Right now it's like 8:42 a.m. and no, I was up at 2:30. My wife and I, at first at 1:30, we were like, oh my gosh, it's 1:30. We can't get up just yet. Maybe around 2:30 we'll get, but by 3:30 we finally got out of bed. I just didn't sleep well. No. Okay, so, on that note, it's time to have some coffee. Oh, my wife gave me a Pusheen mug. Oh, you can't see it, but he's cute. Like my little Pushini. Oh, okay. Let's get into Rylan Cotter. Now, she was born June 10th, 1987. She is a Gemini. And as we know, she passed away, as I mentioned before, January 7th is what the date that they believe she passed on, in 2008. So this was a while ago. And she was 20. Now, Rylan Marie Cotter, she was born in Lansing, and she is survived by her mother, Nancy Cotter, who is an art teacher with the Lansing School District, and her fathers are John Kleber of Jackson and Robert Novak of East Lansing. And then she has this huge, enormous, extended family. She graduated from Mason High in 2005. A lot of people are missing her. She was very, very outgoing. She was very friendly. She was well loved, well liked by many people. She is involved with the MSU English Language Center. She was also employed there while attending the James Madison College at MSU. Rylan specialized in international relations with a focus on African politics. Now, she was an intern at the Mandela Peace Center in South Africa. And she was going to, intern at the Mandela Peace Center in South Africa the following year. But unfortunately, she never made it. She was extremely compassionate. She wanted to find diplomacy. She wanted everything to just naturally fit together. And she always placed herself second in when taking care. She thought of others before her. Now, here's some interesting things about what was found at the scene and then where people found her. Well, apparently, she had been seen earlier in the day in Chesterton. Get my cities right. And she had purchased a box cutter and Benadryl. And that's key because those purchases led the police to believe that this was a suicide. Yep. Now, she had also been spotted. Now, she was at a golf course along a trail, and somebody walking their dog had noticed her and believed that they had seen her, and then they saw her later when they came back around, and she was sitting in her car. And both times she was all alone. So they didn't see her interact with anybody, but they saw her around this area. It had been a really nice, beautiful day, but at night things turned really bad with a storm. Things to keep in mind here. Now, her body was found 28 feet away from this electrical pole. And some people have a really hard time accepting that she could climb up this pole without help and somehow get herself thrown 28 feet away. They did notice that there was a wound on her wrist, but it had a bandage on it. Where she got the bandages, I don't know. Because you remember, she bought Benadryl and a box cutter. So some people were thinking, well, maybe she injured herself with the box cutter. But nobody, that wound, I couldn't find any information about. Except for it was bandaged. So who knows when it happened. There was Benadryl in her system. But it was a non-lethal dose. So it's just, she had allergies and wanted to be out and about. Happens. Still, there was some suspicious stuff seen at the scene. Nothing. It's never been revealed, and the mother has tried to find out what more is going on, what's out there, and it's been to no avail. And she keeps a year after she was asking, please, someone investigate this further. Nancy really has a hard time accepting that Rylan committed suicide by jumping from an electrical tower. She's trying to get, somebody to investigate further and find out what really could have happened. Now, the coroner in Indiana determined that she had intentionally jumped from the tower 28 feet away from where her body was found. But it's not making a whole lot of sense of how she could have leapt with the way this tower is. Now, residents who live around the area and near this tower, they told the mother, hey, you can't climb this tower alone. You need help. Without aid, it's not accessible for someone to kind of get up there and then commit suicide. Now, the police have not established why Cotter had driven 20 miles away from the Michigan-Indiana border near Lake Michigan, or why she was at it was Brassy Golf Course, why she was there. Her body was found 2.5 miles from the nearest major road. There's just a lot of questions. Things are not connecting. And why did she want to commit suicide? Did they have it? There's no note. People are not seeing, Although sometimes, a person could be happy, or express happiness, and on the inside, they're hurting. And you may not realize how much that person really is hurting or not. Some people said if she was to go to Chesterton, she would have had to have someone guide her there. Somebody, direct her, show her how to get there. And I did talk about, she had the Benadryl, she bought that. They don't know where the bandage came from, and that was on her wrist. It was there. No one knows if it was there. I don't think, because they have camera footage, syndicated cameras, where it shows her purchasing these items, and I don't know. I've got questions, as you can tell. I really do. There had been some changes in Rylan's behavior coming up. They weren't, but nobody really thought of it as this could be she was becoming suicidal. But they had noticed certain changes. And with that being said, and this wrist wound, they were like, oh yeah, she tried to kill herself. But it just doesn't seem like there was enough evidence to actually, with absolute certainty, declare suicide. The mother is like, why can't it be undetermined? Because we don't have valid proof that this was indeed a suicide. She's like, unless you can prove the person took their life and you have no other manner of death that you could prove, you have to call the death indeterminate. And this is actually what John Evans also agreed with her, that this death should be, you need to declare such a death indeterminable. He is the Porter County Commissioner, and he was the county's coroner for more than 20 years. So he was a previous coroner. So the mother's been asking, I said, about, hey, investigate things further. Now, she wants the Porter County coroner, Victoria Dempy's manner of death ruling changed. Dempy is standing like, no, I painstakingly looked at everything and all the evidence. She jumped. The blunt force trauma could have come from being hit by a car, hit and run, could have been beaten, or they say possibly some of those injuries could have come from her falling. Yeah, you see, there's this weird stuff happening here. Now, the police, they've been taking leads regarding the case. They've been waiting on they waited for lab results. They did a lot. They say they did their due diligence. They try to cover everything. But they wouldn't explain exactly what tests had been performed or what aspects of this that the law, that why they can't reveal why. What in the law says you can't tell us what tests you ran, what other evidence you found, what's going on. They're just saying we can't. But they're like, why? What law is there? Anything that is of substance that comes in, the police said, we investigate. The only thing closed is the cause and manner of death. Now, there was no insurance compensation after the death because, hello, suicide. So she's like, you can't prove it's suicide. Does the mother, having a hard time accepting suicide? I understand. It'd be hard. Plus, I'm sure everything was expensive. The, funeral costs and such must have cost her. And without life insurance, that would be hard. Now, interesting thing also was someone who was considered to commit suicide. The mother found it odd because their last time they talked to each other, the daughter was all excited planning her trip to South Africa and getting her passport ready to go there. She was talking about her future and the plans and what she's, having her internship. So this was somebody who, yeah, I got this going. I'm excited, and yeah, Mom, I'm getting the passport. Why'd someone who's going to commit suicide be planning so far ahead? That's another question. The weather might have also destroyed some evidence about what had happened because the rain that hit that night. Now, some people say she could have been going to join up and meet with a friend of hers that lives in Chicago, Illinois. And Chesterton is actually a known spot that's like a halfway point between where MSU and Chicago. So it is common if people want to get together to meet up in Chesterton. So they were like, hey, she could be meeting up with a friend there. And, well, you don't really know. My hair, I can't. Sorry for distracting y'all. But, yeah. So, but the police, the thing is, they couldn't find, any kind of, like, emails or messages or any kind of contact of her talking with someone, or maybe she was going to meet someone in Chesterton that, we don't know, maybe a dating service. People are saying, she had to have been lured there. She had to have been brought there, because why would she just drive all the way out there? It's just not making sense. Let's see here. Now, she was found face down, fully clothed, and she did not have any ID on her at all. With the police, the only reason why they figure out it was her is that her maroon 1997 Oldsmobile was left in a trail parking lot. And from there, they were able to get her name as Rylan Cotter. So her stuff was missing. Okay. It's just, this case, I don't know what to think, because, yeah, she could have, maybe the pressure of everything, her schooling and travel, got to her. Maybe she found out something wasn't going to go right. Maybe there is somebody, that she was supposed to meet, and it turned out foul and bad. Maybe she was trying to drive somewhere. Maybe she was actually headed to Chicago and stopped to take a break in Chesterton and met up with something unfortunate. Maybe there was a hit and run. Someone hit her with their car and took off. There's just not enough information that's been released to the public. And why are the police wanting to cover it up so much? That's also something where, unfortunately, there's law enforcement out there who do take advantage of others and their authority, their power. And not all. I'm not going to say, most. I could say, it takes a certain type of person to be able to be a police officer. I have dated a military police, and you need one to become a police officer. I've had some good friends who are in SWAT and sheriff. But I've also had some bad experiences with cops. Security, beaten because my wife is transgender. I was, being forcibly removed. Things like this happen. And we also know that sometimes those in authority, they are corrupt, and there's the trafficking of young women and children. There's so much. This is just so hard, because I don't like to think of someone being so horrible, but I've witnessed and I've been at the end of pure evil, being life and death situations, so I know it's real. And I'm here. I'm still alive. So, with all that said, let's get to that reading, okay? Hi, welcome back. And yes, we are now going to get into the tarot reading and see what we can learn about this mysterious death of Rylan Cotter. Please remember that these readings are all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I do hope that perhaps we can bring some light to the situation and some closure for those who love Rylan. Miss her. Just wow. I'm really feeling the presence. This reading should be interesting. Do listen to music while I'm doing this. It really helps. Right, and if you want to know what I'm listening to, I'll put some link down below. It's actually somebody who's extremely gifted. The music just knows how to just lift me up in meditation. The artist is Don DeVore. He does have a YouTube channel. He does stream live his performances. He's amazing. And he's an old friend of mine who used to play at my music venue in a virtual world. Yeah, virtual world. That's a whole other story. But yeah. So, I'm shuffling here. Let's get to this reading, folks. All right. Hi. Okay. 3 cards popped out at first, okay? In case you're wondering what deck this is a Disney Villains deck. Let's see here. So we've got the... Okay. Oh, the 6 of Pentacles. That's interesting. And it's reversed. The 9 of Swords, also reversed. You see this, what I'm doing? Huh. And the Hermit. That... I just... Getting rid of a burden not needed. It just... Now, as I said, she was always compassionate, and giving others. She didn't take care of herself. I'm thinking she wanted to take a trip. It was more of, I gotta get some, before, I keep going, I gotta take care of myself. This 9 of Swords, she had some secrets. She was afraid of. And the Hermit, she needed to go and do some soul searching. I think the trip was to get some insight into herself and confronting her fears. This card's standing out. Okay, so the 8 of Cups. Dealing with some, regret, looking at things and being like, wow, I wish I'd done this instead of this. But she is walking away. She needed to get away from something or someone. There was someone she needed to get away from. She needed just to let go. The Tower reverse. It didn't turn out well. She was scared. She was scared of what she needed to get away from. Okay, she wasn't alone. She wasn't. Um, I just am seeing a scene being played out. The Knight of Wands. This is the other person. She needed to get. She felt she needed to confront. This person, like, very active and always wanting to get things done. He, I'm sensing it's a guy, male maybe. Exude a lot of confidence. I think that attracted her. This person's confidence. And the 3 of Coins here. She wanted to walk. She needed to walk away, get away. She was gonna do something with this other person, a collaboration of some kind. But she sensed a darkness, something off. And I think that's why she wanted to meet him face to face. Here's the Empress, and she's reversed here. She she could, there was like, she felt like she needed him but was afraid of him at the same time. I think he kind of didn't want her to go. Oh gosh. True love reversed. There was definitely conflict with him. She wanted to get away from him. She knew she needed to break up. She was afraid. She was afraid. And here's the Fool. She wanted to start fresh. She wanted to take that chance. There was an opportunity. The 6 of Swords reversed. This is, once again, we're dealing with knowing the need to have change, knowing I need to get away. This is bad, but I don't want to. I'm scared. I am scared. I don't think I can handle this alone. The Knight of Coins reversed here. Now, she felt she had needed to be perfect in this relationship. She had to be perfect, or he wouldn't be happy, and that would cause problems. She felt trapped. Okay, the Star reversed, folks. Just complete despair. There's he, the Wheel of Fortune. This was a big turning point, big change. Oh, I am. It was like she felt a crushing blow, a rejection. I think he started threatening, to leave her. There's the Page of Wands. Very immature. This is and fighting. They did have a fight. They had a conflict. He was threatening her. He wasn't happy with her wanting to go. It's like, if you do this, you're going to lose me. Six of Cups reversed. Can you see the card? That to me this is her leaving, going home, going off. She's wanted to moving forward. He didn't want her to. Yeah, and here's the Four of Coins reversed. He was very greedy about her. Not as the money here. It was all about her. The Knight of Cups. Gaston. What a card. What a card to pull, for this. This is, we're dealing with someone just being he was very moody. And this card, the Seven of Wands, you got the Wicked Queen. Feeling overwhelmed, wanting to give up. It's like, if I leave, he's leave me. I can't stay in this relationship with him. I'm stifled. I need to get away, but I can't. Overwhelming pain. And here is the man. He is very jealous, very insecure. And when I said he was greedy, it's because he's selfish. He kept pushing her buttons. This is what I want of you. Well, the Ace of Wands. See, no. I just feel a lot of passion, but not going in the right way. The King of Wands. The man, again, we're dealing with he has impossible expectations. As I said, she felt she had to be perfect. He's very overbearing. Who is this, and where did she meet him from? I'm going to pull out another deck. The Five of Wands. Yeah. It's like she was afraid to have any kind of conflict with him. And she was like trying to explain, we both, I need to do this. You don't want me to. I need to go. You better not go. We need to just respect each other's difference of opinion here. It doesn't have to end this way. Okay, the Three of Wands. She really wanted to get away and explore, go to South Africa. That was her desire. This is withdrawing. The Four of Cups, just coming into self. I can't take this anymore. And death. And in this instance, this is the actual death. I want to get a... Uh-oh, here goes the kitty cat. Thor? No. Thor. Sorry, folks. Thor! What do you think you're doing, buddy? Huh? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put you down. Go down, my little guy. Hey. Sorry about that. Page of coins upside down. These guys here, this is the end of her life. Boom, just stop. I don't. This is. I know this deck is going to reveal what happened, more detail with the death. I'm using the fairy version of the Landerman deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, it is another divination deck that was used mainly in the came out in the Victorian ages, and they're a little read differently. Okay. Oh, okay, so we have the Ace of Hearts. It's card number 28. Let's see a little fairy. He's just like, this is the man that we're talking about. So let's see what cards come around him. I'm very, very curious. Let's see here. Put my on here so I know. Oh. 35. Okay. Got spades here. The 9 of spades. You see the fairy and then the creature behind her, right? And there's a ship, an anchor. This is the anchor. This is holding down. Yeah. The Ace of Clovers, which is the 11th card, and you see someone's talking to the one fairy and the other fairy's like, nope, not hearing you. I'm not going to listen. I'm not hearing you. This is to do with abuse also. He was violent. He wanted to punish her. I'm going to punish you. You can't go. I'm going to keep you here. That's what the anchor and him. He. If I can't have you, no one else can. This is the 14. This is he. Oh boy. He knew her through her job at the school. That's where the connection came from. Somebody that she corresponded with. And he's like a trickster. He's clever. Remember when I was saying he was just real smooth, but there's this darkness. Yeah, he was a fool. His charisma is evil. And here's the mountain. I'm pretty sure this is the King of Clovers, number 6. Oh, this is not the mountain. No, this is clouds. Yeah. We're dealing with conflict and a lack of clarity. Like, you couldn't tell how she died. It was like very spur of the moment. Very spur of the moment. Oh my god. Lost the temper. Okay. The 7 of Diamonds, which is the 12th card. And it's the birds here. And it has to do with a couple. They were a couple. She had a secret relationship. She was not very public about it. I think it's because she was embarrassed. She knew he wasn't good enough. Wasn't good for her, but she didn't know how to get out of the situation. I think he was more like a stalker. Yeah, here's 20. Which is also the 8 of Spades. I'm gonna go the Ace of Spades. I'm sorry. That's a different kind of music. Yeah, they met. It was through networking, through social. It's just that's how she got to know him, people through the school, through MSU, and folks, this is a scythe. This is cutting down. The end. He ended her life, unfortunately. This took a dark twist. Because part of me thought maybe she may have taken her life, maybe overwhelmed, depressed, but there was someone else there, and there was evidence of him being another person. She was going there to meet him. For her, it was an end to the relationship. To him, it was, I'm yours. You're going to stay here. You're mine. You're mine. You're not going anywhere. And push came to shove. I think it could have been a hit and run. Her trying to get away. I think he might have run her over. It just... why did she feel the need to hide this relationship? There was something she couldn't reveal. She was hiding it. He might have been married or with someone else. And she found out. Oh. Yeah. She was so heartbroken. She didn't want things to end this way. She wanted just to break off and end things in this with this other person. And that was all it was about. I needed to get away. I need to break it off. I need to move forward and follow my dreams. And unfortunately, this was taken away from her. Okay, that was a deep. I really felt Rylan's presence. And she's still here. She loves her mom so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, she knows her mom's hurting. And oh my gosh. Okay, folks. This. Oh, Nancy. Just wanting to let her mom know that she loved her so much. That was like her last thoughts. I didn't get to say goodbye to let my mom know I love her. And will anyone find me? Oh boy. What? I'm trying to collect myself here, folks, so that I can, get the video properly. I really want people to know that if you're in a bad relationship, if you're in bad circumstances, you don't need to deal with it alone. I was in one of those, and I felt some people couldn't imagine this man who just seems so charismatic and laughing and makes jokes and makes other people feel good about themselves. It was a facade, and to try and explain that he was controlling and possessive and beat me. People had a hard time, accepting. Even my parents, like, he would. And if you're in a situation like this, don't go it alone. Reach out, call the hotlines, folks. I ended up getting calling a hotline. I ended up finding a therapist, someone I could talk to give me the courage to try and make changes. And unfortunately, before I made my changes, bad ending. I'm not gonna. I think I have a video maybe where I've talked about it somewhere, but I was left for dead. And some neighbors had called the police and they found me. And yeah. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Not sticking around. It was a wake-up call. And I don't think anybody should have that wake-up call. You should know beforehand. You should get away. Stop waiting for the right time. Well, I don't have enough money. Say, I don't have this. Because if you wait for the right time, you might just get forced into, like me, and yeah, you might as well just go as soon as you can. Get away. Don't wait. Okay. I hope that this reading helps others and brings awareness that sometimes people hide things that they're in because they know that others won't approve. I think she knew friends weren't approve of this relationship, nor her mom, and she needed to hide it. Oh, gosh. There is hope after experience like that. If you just look at me here, folks, got out of that and then ended up having, meeting my wife and having two wonderful children. And all this happened later in my life. And it happened though, folks. I'm free and happy. And I'm loved and I love. There's hope. There really is. I mean, I felt like there was no hope. I just was praying, just, God, please, just take my life, please. I can't handle anymore. But I got through it. So, hope. There is hope, folks. There really, really is. And someone can try and tell you, but you know what? I didn't know how things would come out or go out well for me, but it did. I thought I'd be single the rest of my life. Yeah, I was content with that. My wife, she came in, she snuck in. We've been together. It'll be 15 years and this year. Holy moly. She's wonderful. Anyway, I would like you to comment down below what you thought of this reading. If you need help, reach out to me. Please, I can help direct you to where you can get help. I'm going to put links down below. Here's the thing. When I start putting links to these different places, hotlines, YouTube flags this video and won't monetize it and won't show it. So it's like, well, I want to get the information out there for y'all, but YouTube's going to hold back, which is very frustrating. If I don't put the links in, then everything goes on smoothly. So, yeah, reach out to me and I'll get you the links. And do it that way. Or just Google, folks. Google. It'll help. It will. Just reach out. Don't be afraid. You gotta remember to be kind to yourself. I always say that. You gotta be kind to yourself. That's why I always say to you all, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. We need a lot more kindness in this world, a lot more compassion. We really do. So please, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you know when I put my videos out. I just posted the community tab with a poll going, hey, do you guys want me to set a specific day or just when I could get a video done once a week? And you're like, just once a week overall. It was like, last I checked, it was 88% of y'all were, I don't need a specific date, which thank you. I prefer having more free flexibility because way current events and things come up, then I can do it, or things in life happen. Or I have hypothyroidism and a bunch of other chronic issues. So some of my health is not always, I gotta rest. But anyway, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in this video. If you're still here, put in a little red heart. No, blue heart. This is like my hair. Blue like my hair. Put in a little blue heart. So I know. See you all next time. I love you. Bye.